Hey guys, what's up? It's Kendall again, and welcome back to Tarot Tuesdays. As you can see from the mess behind me, today's makeup look was a challenging one, and if you're new to my channel and wonder why I look like a complete freak, it's because every single week I do a tarot card of the week, and my makeup is usually inspired by that card of the day. So this week we are diving into the Eight of Swords. That is the purpose of the makeup here. So if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Kendall. I do videos all things makeup, beauty, and life, creative makeup being one of those things. And if you want to see this makeup look, there will be a video on this tutorial. It's not even a tutorial, you can just watch me fail the inspo of this look on Thursday. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss that video. Let's go ahead, hop into today's card, the Eight of Swords. When we look at the Eight of Swords straight away, I'm realizing this is so uneven now. Okay, anyway, when we look at the Eight of Swords straight away, we see that this girl is standing in the middle of the card. She's blindfolded and she seems to be trapped and kind of bound, depending on what deck you have. And what we can see is there's 8 swords surrounding her. So she can easily get out of this situation, but because she's blindfolded, she doesn't see that she can just walk away from the situation completely. We also see in the background of the card, it's just kind of like a down, sad vibe, you know? It looks like there's despair, there's sadness, lack of creativity. So when we look at this girl in the middle of the card, we kind of want to interpret that as, where in our lives are we blindfolded, lacking creativity, and not seeing the tools that are right there for our use? Let's get into the general meaning of the card. I actually very much so enjoy diving into the Eight of Swords because there's so much to the story of the image on the card. When we're looking at the meaning behind the card and when this is pulled in an upright position in any tarot reading, our first thought is going to be trapped, okay? Another word I want you to think of is victim mindset. So swords, as you've seen throughout this whole series so far, the swords is representing our mental realm, that mental space, the clear thinking and communication. So when we see the trapped and the victim mindset, that is the mindset that you're in. It's kind of saying like, hey, where are you feeling victimized in your life? Where are you mentally blocked? And where are you mentally trapped that's keeping you from getting what you desire and what you want in life? This is all about your mindset and how we can look inward and kind of reflect on ourselves and say, hey, where am I putting on the blindfold and not seeing what is around me? Where am I limiting my mindset into getting what I desire in this life? So it's a really beautiful card actually, because it makes you more self-aware. At least for me, tarot readings are very much so about self-reflection and energies and how we are showing up in our current lives. That is kind of the baseline of how I read tarot, and this card is just such a beautiful card for self-reflection, like I said, and looking inward and being like, man, where am I being my own worst enemy? Okay, so generally I want that to kind of be the concept of the card for you, but of course every card is up for interpretation. So however you see the card and how it fits into your reading and relates to the other cards that fall, it's up to your interpretation. But overall, we're going to get that victimized mindset and that feeling of being trapped in a situation or mindset that we just can't really get out of. When we see the Eight of Swords coming up in a love reading, this is indicating that we are our own worst enemy in our love life right now. We're feeling trapped in a relationship we can't seem to get out of. We are trapped in a current state in our relationship that we just cannot navigate through with our partners. If you're single, you feel trapped in the singleness. You're like, why doesn't anyone love me? Why can't I find love? Blah, blah, blah. You know, you're playing the victim in your own love life. Or perhaps you are a victim in your love life and you are trapped in a relationship, but you are being deceived in how you can get out of that trapped feeling. Because remember, we have the 8 swords surrounding our girl in the middle. Take the blindfold off, look inwards, and see, where are the tools? Where can I rip the blindfold off and look around and be like, where are the tools that I'm looking for to get out of this situation? Because right now you're being the victim and you're saying, I'm trapped. There's nothing I can do. The mindset is, I can't help myself. No one can help me. There's nothing I can do. Boo-hoo, I'm stuck here. And that's simply not the case. So in your relationship, if you guys are struggling right now and you are in a long-term relationship, possibly a marriage where like you aren't leaving, you could just really dive into the mindset you currently have of, why is it that you're stuck and feeling trapped in your current position? How is it that you can take the blindfold off and use tools around you to help you progress in the relationship? If you are in a relationship where you know you want out, you need to stop with the mindset of there are no tools around you to help you get out. There are tools around you. You need to open your eyes to them. You're blind to them. You are not hopeless in this situation. This is why this card is so interesting, because there's no hopelessness there. It's your mindset is hopeless, but the tools are right there. There's no reason to be hopeless, okay? So get out of your comfort zone. Go kind of find resources to get you out of what you feel trapped in the relationship. And if you're single pulling this, please get out of the mental mindset of you are trapped being single. You're never going to find love. It's just not happening for you. It's not in your life, yada, yada, whatever it may be. This is an invitation to take that blindfold off. My dog is dreaming and barking in his dream. So if you hear that, I'm so sorry. But if you're single and pulling this, it's an invitation to take the blindfold off and see where you can better yourself or better your love life situation. In a career reading, when we see this Eight of Swords present itself, you may be at a point in your career where you feel trapped. You may want to leave your career, but you're afraid of losing the financial stability that your career brings you. You may be fearful of making mistakes and you have nowhere to go, nowhere to look to, no one to look to, just no help around you. That's your mindset. And what this is really showing you is that sometimes there are other options for you. You aren't looking in the right place. You feel trapped in your career because either you financially cannot leave it, you may be up for a promotion, but right now you're in the trenches, girl. But listen, when we see it in our career, I want you to sit with it and really think, what are all of my options? Try to peel the blindfold off of your eyes and really see the options around you, because you are never not surrounded by options. There are always options there waiting for you to utilize them. It's up to you to see them though, okay? This is kind of like changing your perspective in the workplace and figuring out, can you leave this job and get another job, and what that may look like. It may seem impossible, but there are avenues that could be open. You just have to be able to see them completely. So let me give you an example. Maybe you're sitting in your current job and you want to leave it so badly because you're so unhappy, but you're like, man, I have a whole family relying on me. I can't just up and leave a job. But I'm struggling in this. I feel so trapped. Like I'm just stuck doing what I hate and I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, what if we pull that mindset into a different perspective and remove the blindfold of there's just, oh, well, it is what it is in my career. What if we remove the blindfold and we now think, let me start applying for jobs and see what happens. Maybe the right one will land. Let me see what opportunity is out there. Let me be open to opportunities. And we'll get into that when the Knight of Swords comes in, because the Swords is all about a journey, okay? Each suit is about a journey and you go through the process of it. It's not linear, but it's kind of like this. We could go into all that. But in your career, you could potentially change your mindset in applying for new jobs, putting yourself out there, update that resume, possibly getting a part-time job to hold you over for now, possibly getting 2 jobs, okay, 2 part-time jobs, just to kind of keep things flowing until you figure it out for yourself. There is no correct way of doing it. It's just you figuring out different avenues to get what you want out of your career. When we see the Eight of Swords in a financial read, this is an invitation to get a little more creative with your finances. Okay, you may be feeling anxious around money. Things seem to be closing in around you possibly, but now is the time to really just sit in your mind and think of creative ways to attack the issues in your financial life, and really think of more ways you can open opportunity for income or how to manage your income. So whether that's watching YouTube videos, reaching out to a person to budget for you, an accountant, working on your taxes you owe. This is really like, don't be such a victim in your finances. I know it feels like, God, I'm trapped. My arms are behind my back. My eyes are closed. There's nothing I can do. But I promise you, there are things around you you're just not seeing. You just have to open that creative realm in your mind and come up with new ideas, okay? And lastly, when I see the Eight of Swords come up in reverse, we are starting to get that clarity. We're coming out of feeling trapped. We are finally opening up our mind. We are taking off the blindfold. We are seeking freedom in our mindset, whether it's career, love, general, finances, whatever the reading may be. If it's reversed, it's coming out of that feeling of being trapped. It's that sense of that breath of fresh air after you get where you were looking to go. It's that freedom, okay? You found the creativity, you found the new perspective, and now you are getting the mental clarity you were looking for on whatever it is you're asking your tarot deck about. So that is going to wrap up the Eight of Swords today, guys. Sorry for looking crazy on your screen this week. I tried my best. You will see that video on Thursday if you're interested. I don't really know. I don't know, guys. I'm crooked. I'm off. It doesn't look like the inspo picture. I'm really upset about it, if you can't tell. I'm very upset about it. It did not work out to my liking. But that's okay. You live and you learn. I hope you enjoyed learning the Eight of Swords with me, and I will see you next week for the Nine of Swords. See you in the next one. Love ya.